Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm spiritual coach, life coach Coco, someone that just wants to help you in this thing called life. I'm actually so proud of myself because I have gotten back into spirituality. It took me a couple months because I was just working my ass off. I can't wait to eat some avocado toast. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be doing a reading. I can't necessarily say what the reading is going to be about because sometimes I just like it to be a surprise. Because if sometimes I know what it's going to be about, I tend to talk about it and linger for a long periodically time. But I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, that's probably why this looks weird. Give me a second. I don't know where this remote could be. I'm like, didn't I turn this light on? I usually have like maybe I'm not going to be able to turn the brightness down today. I wanted to use this new system because I don't know. I like it. I thought it was, Oh, perfect. I need to turn this down some. Thanks you guys for being patient. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well today. Like I said, I don't really know what the reading is going to be about, but I hope that you guys enjoy. Okay, let's get into, sorry, this is a weird opening today, but let's get into it. I'm talking about in it. People hate when I say that. I feel like I'm around the wrong group of people. I'm around people who think that I'm not funny, and I know I'm pretty funny. They just don't want to laugh at my jokes because they don't want to get caught laughing at my jokes. Anyway, okay, I just got back from outside, so I'm just having a good time. Let's center ourselves. Let's do it. Okay, gonna do inhale on 3. 1, 2, 3. And exhale. And inhale. Exhale. Last inhale. Exhale. Heavenly Father, ancestors, spirit guides, protective angels, higher self, lower self, and Mother God, thank you so much for the prosperity, abundance, and protection you bring on an everyday basis. Today, I'm going to be doing a reading for the collective. If you can make sure the messages are clear and direct, I will be ever so grateful. And if you're not called in this reading, you are not welcome. Okay, can I tell you guys? My bad. Amen. Can I tell you guys what I was getting as I was doing like my little prayer? If someone I don't know why I'm so okay. If you're a spiritual person, or maybe you're not a spiritual person, but if you are someone who you get around somebody and you start having bad dreams and you start having bad omens and your energy starts to lack and you don't have enough energy for yourself and you're having like nightmares and weird things happening to you, you probably shouldn't be around this person. And I just have to be honest with you, because what about their energy is bringing you bad omens? What about their energy is giving you nightmares, is giving you uneasiness, is giving you, not feeling protected? What about this person's energy that came in that is doing that? And that's why I am such a big person of, who do you talk to? Who are the people that you spend the most time around? Who are the people that you believe? How much time do you spend, talking to God? How much time do you spend praying? How much time do you spend helping others without doing harm and damage to like yourself? You know what I'm saying? Today I'm talking about someone who might like pork chops. Pork chops was very prevalent. Maybe you guys just have pork chops. I'm also getting that. Let me split my cards real quick. I'm also getting that there is an energy around you that has been kind of like stalking you. Like, because there's a fly in my house, I know that somebody's been in my energy or trying to like gain access to like my energy and what I do at home. Because my social medias are heavily watched. And let me put it this way, like, I probably have like around 3,500 people that follow me on Instagram. I have like a couple other pages. On my TikTok, I probably have like 1,000 people that follow me. And when it comes to my views versus the people who actually interact with me, Spirit also wanted me to give this message out in the video yesterday, but I'm going to give it out today. The people that don't support you, but they watch your stuff, those are the people. Well, let me put it this way, because this is how they explain it to me. You guys shouldn't feel any type of way that you're not getting the type of appreciation on social media, because the people that applaud you online are the same people who would come up to you and tell you like, oh my God, girl, I love your hair. You're so pretty. You're so cute. And they actually mean it. Where the people that are just watching from a distance are the same people who would watch you in public and not say anything, or say, oh, well, you know, you probably get that you're pretty all the time, or, you know, that you're talented all the time. So I didn't want to be the one to tell you. And it's kind of like when people tell me that, that lets me know that like, you must not have enough self-confidence in yourself to actually believe the things that are being told to you, or the things that you don't take pride in, the things that you enjoy. And that lets me know that off the bat, don't come over here with that bullshit. It's like, I'm just joking. That just lets me know that a lot of the time, those are probably not your people. So this message is for the collective that feels like they don't have the proper support that they need, and the proper recognition that I'm getting, and investments and connections and relationships are very interesting in this reading. So stick around. I'm gonna ask Spirit, Spirit, what would you like to say today? What would you like to tell the collective today? I hope you guys are doing well. It's Saturday. I just got back from the farmer's market. I talked to my bestie on the phone a little bit, because I usually don't answer the phone because I'm either working or doing something, or I'm in the middle of like a reading like right now, and then she'll give me a call. And it's always a good conversation with her. I love it, but I do feel like in you guys' energy, there's someone who wants to say something to you. It's almost like they've been having a crush on you for a very long time, and they're actually going to build the confidence to like come out and tell you like, hey, I've been really liking you for like a really long time, or, you know, I've been seeing you a lot on social media and I never thought that I'd have a chance with you. I'm going to let you know right now, stay away from those type of people. People that think that they would never have a chance with you. People that think that they would never like be able to be in your vicinity, in your circle, get to know you type shit. And they've never met anyone of your caliber before, just a good person. And I really have to say this, you guys. If you're around someone and you like their energy and you're wondering why it's so like intoxicating or infatuating, I think that you are fascinating. You probably have energy vampires around you all the time. You're probably a people pleaser and you don't know what an actual good person looks like. And I had to really be like, you know, because I remember one of my exes told me one time, I'm not going to shout him out because this nigga gets a big head. One of my exes told me one time, and we were getting into an argument, and he was just like, we said our pieces. I said my piece. He said his piece real respectfully at the restaurant. And he said, you know what? I think that you have never experienced love before. You've never experienced someone loving you unconditionally. And I was I was floored. I was so taken back, because I was like, why would he say that? And I was like, I have experienced unconditional love before, but I haven't experienced unconditional love in a love relationship. Like in a relationship where I am attracted to like the opposite sex. You know, we are in a loving bonding relationship when it comes to like, yeah, love. And you know what? I was like, you might be onto something there, but it was also, it helped me reframe my mind and how I view relationships. I know that more romantic relationships, they have a different type of energy that goes into them than your friendships. But I put a lot of work into the friends and friendships that I have right now. Like if you are my friend, you see that I show up for you. I'm always advocating for you. I bring you business. I help you with the things that, you need without even having to ask. You're always on my brain. I'm always like, flooding you with compliments and love. And the reason why I look at relationships, like romantic relationships, a little bit different is because sometimes the boundaries that you have, right? Like, I'm not kissing my friend in the mouth and knowing like what their DNA is like, but we're close enough where we can build that trust together. We have that friendship boat that goes back and forth. But when you get into a relationship, it's almost like you skip all of those steps of getting to know someone at that level, and then you just get straight into like the attraction and why you like each other and how this person makes you feel. And after like my ex, this was probably like 3 years ago. What year are we in? Maybe like 3 years ago. It was 3 years ago. I was dating this guy. And after he told me that, I was like, good fucking heavens that we're not, well, good in the fucking heavens that we're not together, because I feel like a lot of people like to push their insecurities on you. And at the time, I had fantastic relationships in my life. Like, my best friends, I have multiple best friends at the time. I was hanging out with people who were equal giving and taking. I was hanging out with people who wanted to focus on their spirituality and gain more access to who they are as a person. I have friends that were coming to me to let me know that they were thinking about me just as much as I was them. And it was just so easygoing and beneficial for everybody that I was like, this motherfucker's crazy. But now that I look back on it, I am seeing that his and I relationship couldn't be closer, because even though people hurt you, it takes a lot for you to trust a person to not hurt you again, right? And so for myself, I think people, when I say I don't like something, it's not because I'm being triggered. I genuinely don't like something. I don't like when people raise their voice at me. I don't like when people cut me off. I don't like when people hang up on me on the phone. It has nothing to do with triggers. It has everything to do with respect. And I think that people forget that when you're respecting someone in a relationship, it doesn't mean belittling yourself or making yourself smaller because you want things to work. You should speak with them in a respectful way and let them know what you're dealing with so they can handle it accordingly. And, sometimes you're going to need reminders, but a lot of the time, that person's going to care. You're going to bring it to their attention. They're going to feel remorseful. They're going to be like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, why would I do that? Like, oh my God, like, I'm just working through things right now. And I think a lot of people think that I don't give them slack. I actually just had a conversation with somebody today, and I think that they feel that I don't give them slack in areas where they deserve slack. But I'm going to let you know, if I don't like how you're showing up because it's half-assed, don't show up. It's like, I was a person before that would just accept people for giving me the remainders of who they were, but it's kind of like, no, I have to fully show up in who I am as a person, and I don't turn it off. I don't turn it off until I go home and you're not there. Like, if you're tired and you've never experienced loving energy before, because what does the people say? People say when you get around people that you feel safe with, you start to feel tired. Wake up. I know that most people would feel like, oh my God, like you should let them sleep. Like they feel so safe in your energy. You need to wake up, because you falling asleep and feeling comfortable while we're falling asleep, we're wasting time. We have less than 100 years to live on this earth. So wake up. I know you probably feel safe, but wake up and then make me your wife. And then, okay, anyway, back into the messages. Okay, Spirit, do you have anything to say to the collective other than what I've been saying so far? Why did this card come out? Why do we have, oh, sorry, I can't show that part. Why do we have the Lovers on the board? It's almost like I'm looking and I'm seeing, like, what I'm seeing in this card. Usually I see like two people coming together, but it's almost like Spirit is moving this smoke out the way. Like there is some type of illusion that's in the way. You know what I'm saying? You can't fully see things how you needed to see it. I also, every time I watch this, every time I look at this card, I'm always looking at how Adam's side is on fire and how Eve's side is like, she's with the serpent and she's with a full-grown tree. So if you've been working on yourself Don't let somebody come back in to prove themselves to you if you know you've been working on your fruits without them. Like, how are they going to add to your fruits if they don't even know how to take care of their own damn tree? Okay. So, what other messages? And then we're going to get into, I brought the self-care deck so everybody can figure out how to take care of themselves on what the next step is in their life. Okay. Spirit, can you give me some more messages? Can you let me know what you're thinking about the lovers? I feel so weird today. Maybe it's because I made my own almond milk. I keep telling people, like, I need to not pay bills so I can figure out how to make things from scratch. And now that I'm here paying my own bills, God is like, bitch, just make the things that you want from scratch. But I'm like, I'm tired. So I've been having time off, and I've been waking up early so I can make almond milk and oat milk from scratch and chai tea. So I feel really good today. Okay, about the Lovers card. I just have to be honest. Someone's talking to you. Someone's talking about you to other people about the connection that you had before. We got the 3 of coins. Look at them gossiping over here. And we got the nine of swords. Heartbreak, turmoil, headaches, migraines. You know, I'm getting what is really happening right now is there's a person, and you guys are my collective, so I'm pretending that you're also going through the same things that I'm going through. The person that's thinking about you is causing so much distraction and reflection to others that it keeps them from actually dealing with like what the true issue is at hand. Okay, so what I'm getting is that this person usually, because like, look at this light is being shown on them, where versus like, you know, they're like, hey, what's up with this situation? And this person literally is like reflecting the light back to them and just kind of being like, well, don't you think that that's personal? Don't you think that this is something that like, you know, you should probably mind your business about? Or like, you know, oh, well, I'm busy right now. And they'll try to like change the subject. But this person really feels like this on the inside about this connection. They feel like they lost a chance of a lifetime. They feel like they don't know what's wrong with them. I'm getting that they feel like they just always mess everything up, or they're constantly working towards a goal that seems nowadays unachievable. It just kind of seems like everything that they're doing, like, when am I going to get a break? When is there going to be some type of release? And my advice is when you surrender the fact that you don't know everything, when you surrender the fact that you're probably wrong in a lot of cases, when you surrender the fact that you don't have control of how other people react. It's only how you show up most of the time. And I take full responsibility, I feel, for a lot of like how I show up, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I do be yelling at people. I do be having an attitude. I'd be like, okay, and why do you need to know that? Okay, I could have said that differently. But you know, the people who are around me, who know me, like my friends and like my family, like my sister and stuff, they'd be like, okay, well, I hear what you're saying, you know? And then once I hear that their tone kind of changes, and they're just like, okay, well, maybe have you like thought about this? Or like, you know, I know you're going through that, but like, that's why I enjoy women. Women do such a good job at holding the tact in conversation and still keeping it like on point, meaning like on subject. Let's go into, because I feel like this is more, I don't know who this is, but this is giving someone who is like running away from their feelings. They don't want to share. Like, you see the purple here? I'm not crazy. The purple that's right here is about intuition. So this person's intuition is on and their spirit guides are trying to reach them, but they're in such a low place that they can't decipher from the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. Let's talk about the other energy. Okay, Spirit, we talked about the masculine, and I feel like it's the masculine because, like I said, at looking at this card, his tree is burned down, hers is not. Okay. But it's like Spirit wants you guys to be together. Spirit wants you guys to work it out. They want you to look more towards your spirit guides. Could you please tell me why you stopping me? Okay, if you guys aren't on TikTok, you're not gonna understand a lot of my jokes. But I will say that this person, it's like they feel sorry, but they don't know how to apologize. And that's kind of like, oh my God, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of Dodge. No one really cares if you don't know how to apologize. Like, one thing that I noticed is no one's going to feel bad for you. No one's going to feel sorry for you. And even if people do, they're still not going to be able to do anything to make you feel better. Like, you have to get the fuck up and be like, you know what? I'm going to be happy today. Because as you become an adult, everybody's going through something. Everybody's going through a learning process. Everybody's going through a transition. Everybody's going through, you know, certain phases of their life. And once you start understanding that, it's kind of like, you got to get out of the woe is me. Like, woe is everybody, okay? Woeing is whooping everybody's ass, not just yours, okay? Okay, tell me about the feminine energy. Oh, shit. We got the two of swords. So the feminine energy doesn't know what to do. The feminine energy is like, man, look, whether I do or whether I don't, right now, I'm not having a good time in life. The feminine is so wrapped up in her intuition and trying to figure out like why her life is like a certain way. You know, interchange the pronouns. What are they? You guys get it. But this feminine feels like she is at a place right now where left could be down, left could actually be left. And she's like, how about you point me towards the direction and show me the path on what it looks like, and then I'll go that way. Because last time left was not left, left was actually right. So it seems like the divine feminine is trying to actually make some concrete or find like they're trying to find concrete things in life, things that actually make sense, things that actually, like, if we can see that the color red is red, right? On a different spectrum, it might be, I don't know, black. You guys get it. If you guys know color theory, if you don't know color theory, I don't know what to tell you. But red is like one of the prime colors, same as blue, same as yellow. And we usually can see these colors in a lot of different aspects in our life. I'm not trying to get too metaphorical, okay? I'm just trying to let you know that the divine feminine is really trying to figure out the people that are here for her, the path that she needs to take, what type of, you know, studying she needs to do. There needs to be some upkeep and some routine. And the divine feminine is trying to figure that out, because before, what am I getting? Before, with this divine feminine, it's almost like they're trying to build an island, and people keep coming to their island and saying, I know how to build an island and I know what it looks like. And then and then she's looking at their island and she's like, okay, your island looks pretty good, so maybe you can help me build my island. And then the people come to her island to try to help her figure it out, and they just see everybody else's work. And they're like, wow, like, you let all these people come in here and help you with this island and nobody's done anything. And they realize that when they go back to their island back at home, they have people helping them build their island, where when they came to your island, you were the only person there helping with your own island. So hopefully this divine masculine, you know, really compares islands. But what else is the divine feminine going through? Let me see. Because she's trying to make a blind decision, because she can't really see what's good for her, because she's trying to build her intuition higher so she makes better choices for herself. Okay. What else is the divine feminine going through? Okay, yeah. I have the Queen of Swords, and then I also have the Wheel of Fortune. So I'm getting, with this divine feminine, there is going to be some type of, I got tomb for the first word, and then the second word was turbulence or tolerance. Turbulence. I'm like, Spirit, you got to spell the words right, if you know what I'm saying. Because if it's not, that's what, okay. this divine feminine is going through some type of turbulence. And once the turbulence stops, there is going to be a change of heart. I think a lot of people see the divine feminine as the Queen of Swords, but you guys have to understand, like, to even be in the queen's position, you have to hold some type of power. You have to hold some type of like significance to the world that we live in. You just can't be outside and then think that, oh, well, I'm a queen. So, I just do whatever. And I, pretty much don't have any responsibilities. If you guys are really tapped into the spiritual world, it's not just about you showing up and you helping people and you having discernment. There are things that you have to do sometimes and you don't know why you have to do it. Sometimes I show up to the same place and I'm waiting for somebody to show up and then the people don't show up. And then I'm like, okay, well, I don't know why I'm here. And it's almost like spirit is forcing. It's like, if I could give you guys like a true scenario, it's like if we're living in a world that is, everyone has like their own things going on and we could look down and view the world. It's like this divine feminine has to go through things where every day she has to go to the grocery store. So spirit is telling her, go to the grocery store every day between 10 and 11 o'clock. And then she doesn't know why she's going. Spirit is just like, be at the grocery store every day from 10 to 11. And then the person that she's supposed to meet with, they are doing like, what is it? What's not the Instacart, right? They're ordering delivery. They're delivering groceries. Fuck. They're delivering groceries and the person's in this area. Let's say that they are maybe like 30 minutes out from where, the divine feminine is supposed to be at this grocery store every day. But because they do Instacart, maybe one day they just keep moving closer. Like they do their first batch, their second batch, their third batch, their fourth batch, their fifth batch. But now on their sixth batch, because let's say they started at 6 o'clock in the morning, they end up over here an hour to 30 minutes away to where spirit told the divine feminine to show up at this grocery store. And there is a connection that's there. But my thing is, the divine feminine is getting tired of waiting for the person to come to the grocery store every day, because it seems like for the divine feminine, I don't know why that was funny to me, but near here, there, for this divine feminine, she's been going to this grocery store like every fucking day for like years and moving around and being like, where the fuck, why do I have to go to this I even hate this grocery store. This grocery store doesn't even have the things that I like here. I like shopping at Safeway. I like shopping at Safeway. I like shopping at Safeway and Winco and Sam's Club. I know you guys hate me for Sam's Club. I like Costco too, but I don't have a Costco card. I have a Sam's Club card. And so, yeah. Okay. So my advice today is that the divine masculine is kind of dragging his feet. And now that they feel like they have a little bit of progress, they feel like they could come back to the divine feminine. But guess what? The divine feminine's probably not going to be at the store because it took too long. Okay, let's see what the advice is. Let's see if spirit gives the same advice, because I gotta get off of here. I feel like I'd be watching other tarot readings sometimes. I'd be like, oh my God, I haven't seen them post in like 3 months. Let me watch the video. It'd be like a 20-minute video. I'd be giving y'all like 30-minute, hour videos. Okay, let's see. Any messages that we have today for... Let's do advice for the divine feminine and let's do advice for the divine masculine. What is the advice for the divine feminine today? I don't know. I'll take it. Let me see. Okay. Okay, the world card came out. Oh, shit. This is what we have at the bottom of the deck. King of Cups. And we also have the world. Oh, I can't show that either. We have the world, and then we also have the high priestess. Now, the advice that I'm about to give you, divine feminine. You have knowledge to the unseen. And the more you connect with this power, the scarier your energy becomes. The more people can't understand you. The higher discernment that you have and the intelligence and downloads and decoding that has came into you and you had to learn for yourself, you're either going to have to teach people that to understand you, because if not, they are going to be constantly misconstruing your words and your initial reason of why you're doing it in the first place. People are going to be loyal to misunderstanding you because they don't have the cognizance to actually decipher what type of words you're using and why you're using it. And I tell people all the time, a lot of the times I'm very literal for what I have to say. So if I say, I don't like being picked up at 4:30 because there's traffic, don't ever pick me up at 4:30. Or if I say something like, you know, your ex might not be the person that you want to be with, but they might need to be the person that you heal with. People, I don't want to be with them. I don't care about this. They don't know what's going on at a spiritual level. Guess what? You're going to have to be with your ex again because they have a key that you need to learn from them. They have you guys have a karmic contract. So it really doesn't matter if you want to be with them or not. You guys have a karmic contract. Oh my God, hopefully it's not me. I'm like, even though these messages be a little bit for me, let's hope that it's not for me. I also want to go to the beach today. Anyways, let's get on the Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine. What is the advice that we have today for the Divine Masculine? I feel like they've been putting in a lot of work. I feel like, I don't know, something about how their brain and how their spirit's set up. Oh, the Divine Masculine has disassociated their body to their mind and their spirit. So they have not come into conjunction yet with their body and their mind and their spirit. Okay, let's see. Spirit, what is the advice for the Divine Masculine today? Ooh, the cards are like, okay, I better not have 3 cards. I do have 3 cards. Let's see what the advice for you today is, Divine Masculine. I don't even know what I'm going to call this reading. And the cards came out like this when I grabbed it. That was kind of weird. They came out like this. So I'm going to do it like this. Divine Masculine, your advice is, you guys are going to hate this, but your advice is you don't know how to trust people. And the type of trust that you give people is it's at level 1, right? Like if everybody was a good person in the world and everybody did like the right thing, like we would have very high trust. But the fact that people have been fucked over, people have been traumatized, all this extra stuff, your trust is very low for people. But how you trust people right now, you have to understand if this was the level of trust. This is the regular level of trust that people should have for people who are unwounded and who are healed. Healed people's trust's here. Divine Masculine, your trust is here. So when you feel like you're actually doing something for somebody, and I don't want to discredit you on the work that you've been doing, but this is at an energetic level. I don't mean physically. I don't mean materialistically. You guys could show up to work every day. You could show up for your family every day. You could show up for your kids every day. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about at a spiritual level, regular trust is here. You're here. Like you might not even be in the frame. And the fact that you keep making little adjustments, you think that like, oh my God, like, a regular person would not be doing these things, or a regular person would understand or would empathize. And you have to really understand that your level of trust is down here. So an average person would not think that, and they would not do that because, yeah, most of the time people who are healed They give trust to a lot of people. But I feel like for the divine masculine, you have been so accustomed to having to do things yourself, especially at a spiritual level. Like no one's came in to really teach you things at a spiritual level, where you're having to make the decision to go back to a old love interest, or, you know, work on a new love interest. And my advice to you, these are supposed to be advice cards. You either can choose the old person and get over yourself and just say, hey, everybody's not perfect, I still want to show up for you. Or you can choose a new person and you're still going to have those same type of, you're still going to have the same type of trust issues. It's not the person, it's the energy. And you have to be able to defeat the energy of lack of trust to appreciate love in people more. You have to trust yourself more as far as making decisions and what's good for you, because if you don't, you're leaving it up to other people, and then you're trying to pretty much blame other people of why they didn't treat you better, and it's literally up to you to treat yourselves better. So I hope you guys like this message. Let me see also what's at the bottom of the deck, even though you guys don't deserve it because you had 3 cards. Like, I'm just joking. We had the Tower card at the bottom of the deck, and behind the Tower card you had the Ace of Wands. So I'm getting, for everybody, there's a decision that you have made, and it kind of created a tower moment. And with that tower moment, you literally have the choice to transmute the energy or to not transmute the energy. It's really up to you. And I really have to say that you don't learn by isolating yourself. You have to get out in the field and do the hard work. Right? No one's dabbed in hella long. Hell yeah. When I was smoking a lot of weed, man, dab times were real. It was dab, 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 dab. For people, that's not how you do a dab. It's just smoking. Anyway, I hope you guys like these messages. I hope to see you next time. Let me know if you like it in the comments. Comment your sign below, because I was doing zodiac readings. And if you want a personal reading, go ahead and catch me on my Instagram at notyouraveragekoko. It's always down in the description box on one of my videos. And I love you. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.